Electromyography, or EMG, is used to measure muscle activity. In our lab, we use EMG electrodes to measure corrugator supercilii, or frowning activity, and zygomaticus major, or smiling activity. For example, people will generate more zygomatic activity during happy stimulus presentation and more corrugator activity during sad stimulus presentation. We have also started to measure other muscles involved in vocalization, such as the masseter muscle. In a typical experiment, electrode activity will be measured over time while different stimuli are being presented, like different songs. Lab software will extract the time points at which the different songs were played and generate a value representing the average amount of muscle activation during that song. When setting up the hardware to measure EMG, corrugator, and/or zygomatic, the settings should be as follows. The gain should be set to 2000, the LP should be set to 500 Hz, the HP should be set to 1 Hz, and the 100 Hz HP switch should be off. To set up Acknowledge to measure EMG, select MP100 in the menu bar, click Setup Acquisition, and ensure the sampling rate is set to 1000 Hz. Each electrode needs to be plugged into a specific outlet. The zygomatic electrode should plug into channel 1. Place the black plugs in the outer two outlets and the white plugs beside them, like an Oreo cookie. The corrugator electrode wires are set up the same way, but in channel 2. The ground electrode wire can go into the middle outlet of either channel, but keep it consistent. If you are measuring masseter activity, you can use either channel. The wires will be set up in the same manner. To attach the electrodes, you must first clean the participant's face. Take a paper towel or swab and thoroughly rub alcohol on all the places where you plan to attach the electrode. You can also dab abrasive gel in the same areas to exfoliate the skin. Make sure the skin is dry before you attach the electrodes. There is some debate over how to deal with effects of handedness on EMG activity. In general, the intent is to record from the non-dominant side of the face. One approach is to only recruit right-handed participants and to then attach electrodes on the left. Another approach is to recruit all participants and to assess hand dominance using the Edinburgh Handedness Questionnaire. A copy of this questionnaire is available on the Smart Wiki, as well as online at brainmapping.org. In this case, a left-hander could be recruited with placement of electrodes on the right. To measure zygomatic activity, 2 electrodes are attached to the cheek. To measure corrugator activity, 2 electrodes are attached above the eyebrow. To attach an electrode, you will need special stickers. Place the sticker on top of the electrode and press firmly. Take the cotton off the end of a Q-tip or obtain another small stick-like object like a toothpick. Place a small half-pea-sized amount on the end of the stick and gently place the gel into the electrode. If there are air bubbles, you can gently try to pop them. If this makes it worse, just remove the gel and start again. This will take practice to get right. You then remove the white backing off the sticker. You may also use a piece of medical tape instead of the stickers and place it on the back of the electrode and then onto the person's face. When you attach the electrodes, make sure that the distance between them is always 1.5 centimeters. Keep this consistent across your study, as even a small distance change between participants could seriously affect data collection. Place electrode wire loosely behind participant's ear to avoid tugging. Attach the ground in between the participant's eyebrows. As this wire is often shorter than the others, in some cases, it may have to hang in front of the participant's face. To check the signal, ask the participant to move their cheek muscles and eyebrow muscles. Don't ask them to smile or frown, as these words may offer clues as to the purpose of the experiment. The signal is good if the movement of the muscles creates movement in the signal. If the muscles are not moving, the signal should not be moving. You should always test impedance in order to confirm the quality of the signal. To test impedance, use a voltmeter and turn it 2 notches to the left. Place the red line from the meter into the end of the electrode's white cord. Place the meter's black line into the ground cord. You want the impedance to be around 15 volts. If it is too high, reattach the electrode. To clean the electrodes, take them to the sink and wash them with Q-tips and lukewarm water. Don't pour water directly from the tap onto the electrode. Instead, pour it onto the Q-tip. Make sure to get rid of all the gel, but to be gentle so that the electrode isn't damaged. After it is thoroughly cleaned, dry it gently with a dry Q-tip.